Hey buddy, you are watching Flicks Reviews. We're going to be talking about CGI, whether it's actually a beneficial thing to have within the music industry or whether it is a hinder. My name is Josh. I'll be hosting today. This is actually our second podcast. We have our first one over on SoundCloud. The description will be in the video. If you're currently also listening on SoundCloud, then feel free to also drop that like. We're trying to build an audience. Right, so we are going to talk, like I just said, about CGI, whether it's actually beneficial. So the reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because it hit out on Twitter recently, and again because it has actually come up in the past by a number of different actors. We're talking about maybe Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, because all the old episodes, CGI kind of came this big thing. We have James Cameron, which really pushed it beyond. We're talking Avatar, hell, we're talking Titanic, if you remember. The thing about CGI is very hard for actors to act when there's nothing there, and sometimes for people viewing, especially those who have acted previously, who worked very hard on their physique and their body to try and be as close to a character as possible without taking away that fake feeling of a computer generated image. And yes, I kind of get where some people are going, with saying they want something that actually feels real, but at the same time it's never going to really feel real. CGI is probably the closest thing, I think, to something that feels real. There is a actor who is big within the superhero franchise, who worked with Marvel. He was Louis Ferrigno. I apologize if I can't say his surname. If you don't know him, he played the Hulkster in the first movie, including the series. He also played a very good part within the following movies, when it came to the Hulk and talking on the Hulk. He wasn't a big fan with CGI. He preferred it with the series, kind of going over the same subject of it being more authentic, more real. And to some degree, I do somehow agree with his statement. We can go over to the actual video where he said, it was around about 2 years ago, he was talking about this to, I think, Fan TV. We're going to go over there now with the YouTube video. And we're going to play the first, minute.
Luke, thank you so much for interviewing with us. You look better than ever, bro.
Oh yeah, gotta be. The original Hulk. I mean, he lived forever.
How does it feel to carry that weight that you are the original Hulk?
Well, today you got all this CGI and everything. I don't know what direction the Hulk is going. That's why a lot of people go back, they refer back to the series because it had a wonderful laser compelling message and it's more organic, more authentic.
Yeah. When you see the Hulk that's done now, what's your thoughts of him?
I don't like the way it looks because it's CGI, and nothing can replace what Bill Bixby and I did. And the way Disney is shaping it, I'm not very impressed with it.
I know, they made him kind of softer too with the sweater and all that, and I was like...
Yeah, the Hulk needs to be hideous, it needs to be a creature, and they're taking away the chemistry. That's why a lot of people go back to the series. I have thousands of fans that come up and tell me how much they're not happy with the way the Hulk looks.
I know how you feel.
So we're going to go over to, this is where I picked up the video from. I looked it up on my phone. It popped up on my phone, so I looked over here. If you're on SoundCloud, I will tell you the exact. You can just look it up on Twitter yourself. Actually, under Louis Ferrigno, you go onto his Twitter, and you'll be able to see this for yourself. But he put a post up recently. And he goes, can't think of another superhero that isn't in costume or CGI. Worked damn hard on my diet and exercise for the Hulk. Wasn't going to let anyone down. The Hulk was my hero as a kid. And then he's got a big picture with himself back in the day when he was all dressed up as the Hulk. And to be fair, when I look at this, I'm not gonna. It's back in the day. This is probably one of the most scary looks you can think of. Like, you don't see many husky, big, tall guys. They've done a little work on the face and made him green and everything. And in that day, yeah, it's probably the closest thing to the Hulk. And it feels real, and it feels tense. Obviously, the change in everything. I mean, times have changed. With technology, CGI can be well improved. And the fact that he worked hard, good. That's good for him, that he worked hard on his body for the role. But saying this, it kind of puts a big... There's so many superheroes currently that hasn't been off CGI. Yes, we're talking Hulk. Yes, it's now full CGI. But there is actors, for instance, Chris Hemsworth, for instance, right? This guy is a beast. He literally works out for his living. You know, in every movie he's done playing for, it's just been purely him. We can't just talk of Chris Hemsworth. We can talk of Dave Bautista. We can talk of Chris Pratt. We can talk of pretty much everyone. They all have some sort of regimen that keeps them fully fit to look sharp. For instance, when you look at Shazam, I think his name's Mark or Matt or something. He the guy who played Shazam just literally work out. We got Dwayne Johnson currently working out at the moment for his movie role. I mean, Black Adam. He's crazy. Let's have a look at. Let's look at it. Black Adam workout. Let's have a look. I mean, look at it. I think it's a bit of it's a bit nasty to say that there's not anyone at the moment. Okay, that's not The Rock. That's not The Rock. Yeah, sorry for those that are on SoundCloud, but go and check out the video on YouTube, Flicks Reviews. Yeah, let's get rid of that then. So, yeah, it's a bit of a dig at those that have worked hard, because in the industry, there's still those that work hard. So, Louis, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Anyway, CGI... There is some good quality movies out there with CGI that works so well. I mean, you won't be able to build the same storyline for Lord of the Rings. You won't be able to have Mandor. I'm gonna get so slated for this. I can't even say Mandor. Is it Mandor? God, it's been a while since I watched that movie, to be fair. But yeah, all these destruction, buildings collapsing, and just chaos. You wouldn't be able to have that in your movies. It might all just be prop related, and you can tell with say Terminator 2, when the Judgment Day, all them buildings collapsing and things like that. You know, that's Judgment Day. Terminator 2. There we go. Right, I've got this up for you guys. I always like showcasing, so then you get a picture of what I'm seeing in my head. Okay, look. Let's get rid of the sound because we don't want to get a copyright issue here. Having just this alone, probably enough. So we basically got There we go. So big explosion in the background, and what you're going to see is everything that is just amazing. They're not actually real. They're not. But all these buildings, this part here, this was all like miniature structures, and they just used some sort of blowing machine to just dismantle everything, and then they just took it in shots, and it's just amazing how they can do this with but I mean, again, yes, that's probably as close. This is why I said James Cameron was the one that decided to really push CGI, and I love it. I don't know. I like CGI, but he used CGI with. I think that's probably the best example I could show you is within the Judgment Day Terminator 2 with the whole destruction and everything. You have both. You have prop and you also have CGI, and obviously with the prop, it feels more real than the CGI did because that is the time period. CGI has come so far since then, and you kind of can see the development. And yes, at some point we're going to get to like Avatar. I think Avatar was way beyond our time with CGI, and it's only going to get better. I don't see the issue. The only issue I think is with the actors, and as long as they can keep up, then it's great. And I'm sorry, do not diss any of the superheroes when it comes to working out and physique. If it's a full CGI thing, then I mean, with like voice acting instead of like pure acting and actually working for that body with the side of CGI as well if needed, I mean, you can't say anything. I mean, think about it. How did the Hulk lift objects? Like, they used a bit of it, didn't they? They must have used some sort of... They used props and things like that to make things seem real. And it's the same concept with CGI. Anyway, I think that covers our topic today. I hope you enjoyed the video and all the podcasts over on SoundCloud. You watched Flicks Reviews.